Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to make 5 simple pair of earrings, but they're going to be so elegant looking, using pieces that I just got from Bead Box Bargains. We are also going to use out of my stash some Tinky Tot jump rings. Now, for those not in the know, Tinky Tots are 4mm oval jump rings. So let's turn down and we'll get started on our first pair. This is our first pair. We've got some kidney wires with the rhinestones. We've got some of the crystal pendants in the cyan. We've got some red pearls. And we've got some big rings. Now, I'm hoping these rings are not too thick to use a Tinky Tot. If they are, we will have to switch to a medium, but that's fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these together like so. And then we'll hook it onto our ear wire. Now, because the ear wire has this gap here, we will need to squish that closed, or at least close it up to a degree. And when that happens, you're probably going to have to fix this ear wire because it's going to be up too high. This one feels a little rough. I think I have some better. Still a touch rough, but better. Strange, this one feels just perfectly smooth and this one does not. But it's the way it goes some days. Sometimes things just are not the way quite what you want them to be, so and that's why I have this piece of sandpaper here. It's better. So what we want to do is take our Tinky Tots. We've got 2 of our earrings are silver and 3 are gold. So we'll take our Tinky Tots out. I'm just going to pour a little pile here because I'm going to need more than one, obviously, since I have 3 pair of gold. Get our pliers, and we want to open up. Oop, come back here, you. And now I'm not sure about this particular ring because it's a little bigger than the norm. Well, it might be all right. We'll see here in just a second. No ring, you don't get to go all the way down there. I don't think so. I think this is too big for a Tinky Tot here. So instead, we're going to switch these, instead of being Tinky Tots, the 4mm, we're going to switch to a couple of 6s. Getting a little low on my 6s. I'll have to order some more. So, because this pearl, it needs to go over the bar too, and I'm not sure if I want to open up the ring, and I don't think it would look good going across it anyway. I am just going to Tinky Tot both sides, or not Tinky Tot, but this is the medium, the 6mm. So we're going to use the 6mm jump ring on both sides here. Now you want to make sure these are closed all the way, especially because the little red crystals loop is quite fine. So. And now we will do the same with the top one with the pearl. Sorry about that, I knocked something over. Oh, come on, stop giving me flack here. Ugh. Wow. This one wants to be difficult. It opened the ring up even further than normal. So I've got to see if I can get it to adjust. I'm not sure I'll be able to because it opened it up badly. Yeah, let's see how it looks. Now, this ring has got no loops in it, obviously. It's going to just hold the our pieces with gravity to be where we want them to be. So let's swing this onto here, and we'll see if it's straight or crooked. Now, see, it's trying to go sideways here, and that's because these two rings need to be going the same direction. So we're gonna wiggle them. There we go. Now they are the same direction. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to close this loop up here. So we're just going to take our pliers and carefully bring it together like so. And that should be enough to keep it from going up. But now, because we did that, you'll notice our kidney wire, our piece here, is wanting to go upwards. So we take hold of this and bring it back down. Come on, you, behave. Now we can close it back up again. So there is our first of this one. So you'll notice that this one again is going opposite directions. So before we even start, we'll just turn that so they're going the same way, because we need that for it to go the proper direction here in our earring. So again, we just need to put the two jump rings, one from our crystal to our ring. And then one from the ring to the pearl. And then the last step, of course, is to put our pearl onto our ear wire. Then we'll have to take this gap here and carefully bring her closed. And then take our kidney wire bend right here and bring it back down somewhat, so that it is not way up too high. So there is pair number one of our very simple but very elegant looking earrings. Aren't those pretty? So that is pair number one. So we'll set it slightly aside and we'll start with pair number two. Now, since I have this pile of gold Tinky Tots out, 4mm oval jump rings, we're going to get the next gold one out. So this one is going to be using these pretty waves with the pave and the mother of pearl in the back. And what we're going to do with those is put these connectors on. The pearl will then go on the top of it, and it will hang onto our ear wire. These ear wires feel fine. They don't feel like they have a rough spot. So let's see if our Tinky Tot is going to be large enough to hook our pave wave up to our connector there. And it looks like it's going to be fine. Now these, because they are simple loops, I'm just going to open the loop up. Slide this baby on. Come on, let me slide it on. Now you could, if you wanted to, still use jump rings here, especially since it's wanting to be difficult. Not go on there. There we go. Close this baby back up. And now we can hook it onto our ear wire. Now we again want to make sure that these loops are going the same direction, and they're not, so we're going to fix that. Actually, maybe because I don't have a jump ring here, they can go the other direction, and I shouldn't have bent that quite that far back. It needs to go this way. Okay, so now we'll open up our kidney wire and we'll slide our earring on. There we go. See how pretty that is? Now again, we want to close our kidney wire up, and then we want to bend down our wire right here. So there is our first of the pearl and mother of pearl earrings. So, and as you could see, we didn't even need any but one jump ring for this, and that's to put these two pieces together. So this little jump ring was already opened, so let's put it to use. Come on. There we go. Now we'll open up our pearl. Oops, I'm almost opening it wrong here. I was thinking the bend was going the other direction, but it wasn't. So now we have to close it back up. And we'll get our kidney wire, open it, put our little pearl strand onto here. Make sure she's going the right direction. She is. Isn't that pretty? Now we want to close up this kidney wire. And then bend this piece back down. So there is pair number 2. for pair number 3, we are going to have now we're going to use the green crystals like the red. Now these are not soldered rings, I noticed when I was looking at them earlier. So I do want to make sure they're closed all the way. We are going to use the jump rings with them because we do want them to be facing the direction there it is. So what these ones are going to be quite similar to these, but we're going to have this little ring here and then this guy here. So let's start putting them together. So we want one of our little Tinky Tots. Now, since these have the ring up at the top, we don't need to have another jump ring. We'll just put it on from like this. And that's what she's going to look like. Now, I always squish these closed. You don't have to, but you got to remember that if you don't, your little bead strand has the capabilities of leaving. So you got to remember that. Okay, there's number 1. And we just need a few of these to put together number 2. Now onto the ear wire. So pretty. So close this up and pull this piece down. There we go. There is earring number 3. Now these are the 3 gold pair. I'm now going to put these away and we're going to switch to our silver pair. Well, our 2 silver pairs. So we'll put a few of these out for our silver. Well, there's again a lot more than we need, but that's all right. Now I'm making these pretties for my family because we tend to make gifts. Uh-oh, where's the other ring? There it is. So now this one's going to go like this. And I could shake it up a little bit and put this here and the ring up at the top. See if I prefer that. It's not bad. I think we may do that. Now we'll have to see how this works because these two have slightly larger sidewalls to their rings, and it may not go down here all right, and I may have to switch to some 6s for this particular spot. We'll see here in just a second. It wants to keep fighting each other here. Let's see if I can switch and go with this one first and then the second and see if it'll go on or not. And stay down there. Oh, there we go. Just had to get it to wiggle just right. Now this is going to be another one of those where, because that top piece here is the round ring, it's probably going to swivel around, but because there's no loop in it, but that's all right. It's not going to hurt anything. In fact, it's probably going to swivel less up and cause less swiveling problems on this side than it would have on the other side. Because this one now is going to be the piece that goes into our ear wire. So just open this baby up and put the ring on there, see, like so. Now we will close our ring up, or our top up here. And bend our wire down. And there is number 1 finished. So the weight of the pieces at the bottom are going to pull the earring down so that it's not going to be a problem up towards the top at all. So now we just need to put the second one together and the 4th pair is done. So let's get out another one of these. Open it up. Now we did discover that it's better to put the big one on first and then our little piece here. So I see that went right together really easily. So then the ring. and onto our kidney wire. Make sure it's going the right direction and then close our loop. There is earring number 4 all finished. We're going to move these over here so they're not in the way of our earrings. And now we just have to do earring number 5. Now earring number 5 is going to be a little bit different, and it's not going to be as long as those for one particular reason. And that is that even though there are 2 different kinds of loops here, one's a square and one's this little guy here, so we could do it like this with our little, like we've been doing all the rest of them. But I've been thinking that this looks sort of cool with right there. So we just need to loop these 2 together, and actually they don't even need to be looped together. They just need to be stuck on the kidney wire side by side if we do this. And then this this little moon and Saturn here and star will hook onto our square. We'll close that up. Now we'll see if we like this way that I was saying we could do it, or if we do want to put this up here. I'm thinking, because what I want to do is open our ear wire here, and then we're going to put on this guy first, so it's in the front. And then this guy will go on. Come on, go around. This wire's getting in the way. So then it will sit like so. And then there'll be nothing down here on this bottom loop. So that's going to make it quite a bit smaller than the others. They're all of a length, pretty much. This one will be a little bit smaller, as you can see. But if we were to hook it up right where it's, and use the square like one of the circle pieces, then it was going to be too long. So I think we're just going to leave it like this. So we'll close up our link here. And straighten this guy out. Uh-oh, that created a problem. See how it's sticking up there now? We don't want that. So we may not be able to do this way, because the loop, when we bring it together, tighten too much to have 2 things there side by side. Darn it, I don't like that. So we're going to have to open this up carefully, because I don't know how much strength these kidney wires have in their wires. And take now we have to make the choice. Do we want to have the square one on here without anything else here? Or do we want to switch this out to something different. Let's see how it looks with just the square here. Or would it look better with just this piece? I think we'll go with just the square. So let's bring this back together. I mean back apart. Together, Rose. You were right the first time. And close this up. So there we go with that earring. So the second one's really simple. We're just going to put the little moon and Saturn onto the square. Since we aren't going to use the other piece. And then hook the square right onto our kidney wire. Close our loop up. And bring it down. And that's earring number 5. Let's get our little tinky tots put away here. And we'll have to find the place where these go and put them away. But there's our 5 pair of earrings. Aren't those pretty? Didn't they turn out very, very, I think they've turned out very elegant. The red pair. The white mother of pearl. The dark green. The crystal pair. The silver pieces. And lastly, this one we just finished with the moon and stars and the square frame. So there we go. There's our 5 pair of earrings. Aren't those just the prettiest things? And like I say, very elegant with the rhinestone kidney wires and all the pretty crystals and pearls and such in the earrings themselves. There we go. There's our 5 pair of very simple but very elegant earrings. The red pair, which with the pearl, the ring, and the crystal at the bottom. All of these are, of course, on rhinestone kidney wires. Oh, dropped it. Have to fetch that. Second pair was our pearl and mother of pearl swirl. Again in gold on the kidney wires. Third pair was our green on the rhinestone crystal wires. We have silver and rhinestones, the little rhinestone hoop down at the bottom with our rhinestone kidney wires. And lastly, number 5 is the little moon and Saturn on the square on the kidney wires. So there's those pretty, very elegant, I think, earrings made using our bargain bead box. Now, because of the kidney wire, the top is so high up, our earring is about 3 inches. which pretty much comes close to the shoulder. If you didn't want them so long, you could always leave a portion of it out, like we did leave those little connectors out of these. See, they are shorter. They are about the length of the one I'm wearing. So I think these turned out really beautifully. And for these 5 pair of earrings we made using pieces from our Bead Box Bargain haul. And most of the haul, well, not all of it, but a bit of it. The charms at the bottom of 3 of these sets I had already had. And actually, I guess all 5, because the cyan and the emerald I had got in a previous box. So all the charms at the bottom are from the last order I got prior to my Black Friday order. And then the pearls and the rings and the little connectors and the kidney wires were all from my Black Friday haul. So there we go, 5 pair of earrings. I think they turned out beautifully. Now, I don't think any of my sisters or my mom watches me, so I can say that these are all for my sisters or my mom and my mom. I have 5 sisters, but one lives in Mexico, and she's pretty basic, so I'm not even sure she would want a pair. I will contact her, see if she is still wearing jewelry these days, and if she is, then I will probably make another pair for her as well. But these pair that I have here are for my 4 sisters and my mom who live down in Arizona. So this has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.